are going to tell you all manner of stuff just to make sure that you do not do what you like to do. Perhaps what you like to do is to sell on a platform like eBay. You're going to hear a lot of stuff. People are going to discourage you. They are going to tell you that, I hope it's recording. All right, it's recording. They're going to tell you that it's not going to be possible, that people have since given up selling on a platform, say eBay. Everything I'm saying here also applies to whatever platform you feel you want to sell on. It could be on eBay, it could be on Facebook Marketplace, but you just have that feeling that you want to, buy stuff and you want to sell them. But like I said, you're going to be told all manner of stuff that is not going to work. You're going to pretty much be discouraged, and this is exactly where you have to stay strong. People are discouraging you. Try to, get motivation from your inner self. Tell yourself, I'm going to try it. It doesn't matter if people are telling me it's never going to work, but I'm going to try. I'm just going to try because there's no harm in trying. If you try and you fail, it is what it is. You can always go back, and try again. I mean, you can then give up if you have felt like, okay, you've given it your all and it didn't work. But the idea is, if you try, it doesn't work, try again. Doesn't work, try again. Until something actually works. This laptop has been sold on eBay and I'm trying to, get it out so that the buyer receives it today. Sold for a very, very decent amount. And I'm just, looking through to see that everything is actually, where it should be in terms of functionality, so that when the buyer receives it, it's going to be a one-way, transaction, which is I get a positive review, haven't done a very good job in shipping it out promptly, and the buyer also receiving it promptly. It's exactly how it should be. So far, so good. The laptop is like super. This is how we say in German when everything works very good. It's very clean, looking in the best condition. I really do think that this is a very good deal. And it's sold on eBay. Of course, this is not the only platform where you can actually, buy decent stuff like this. You could buy them, you could sell them anywhere else, but I sell on eBay and on my website. And I have realized that the traffic is actually here. And if you are trying to test the waters of, selling used laptops, desktop PCs, you are better off actually starting on eBay because the learning curve is not so steep like you have on some other platforms, specifically on Amazon. You do not have that kind of, steep learning curve. And yeah, it's what it is. I prefer this platform because I get a lot of traffic, and eBay also has a lot of programs like supporting the sellers. I just received an email now that I'm being invited to the eBay Live webinar. Is a webinar that's supposed to teach us the do's and don'ts on selling on the platform. I would really try to be part of it because I also did apply to the eBay Live program. My account hasn't been approved yet, but hopefully very soon I'm going to be approved and I can actually go ahead and start to do my things live. We're going to use every functionality that this platform is giving to us. This is the only way you can actually maximize your profit on this platform. eBay has a lot of stuff. They've got in marketing tools, a lot of stuff that you can actually use to ensure that the items you are listing there get seen. Not only get seen, also get sold. Because at the end of the day, listing items that nobody wants to buy or doesn't really help you in the long run. It only just amounts to wasted effort. So if eBay is giving us tools like promoted listing and stuff like that, guys, you are better off using those things. Although I stopped using the promoted listing thing. There's a reason for that. I've done a lot of tests around it and didn't really see any I don't know. I didn't really see any positive change, me promoting my offers and me not promoting them. So perhaps I'm going to run that test again. This is a new year. And I might have to run that test one more time just to be super sure that nothing has changed, right? Anyway, I'm going to attend the eBay Live webinar. I'm definitely going to be cutting out you guys. But like I did say in the beginning of this video, it doesn't matter the kind of discouragement that you receive. You know, there's something that's particularly very discouraging right now is me, posting a lot of YouTube videos on this channel, and YouTube, for one reason or the other, doesn't want to show this video, doesn't want to give this video impressions, because impressions is all that matters. Just like it is on eBay, without your offer getting impressions, it's going to be hard for you to actually get seen. It's going to be hard for your offers to be seen, and if you don't get impressions, man, I'm telling you, your listings are going to be sitting for a long time. Right? So, but my videos, they are sitting on YouTube, getting no impressions. I don't know why that is so, because like I said, even when everything seems to be very, very discouraging, you have to motivate yourself. That is the game. And the game is pretty much how much or who is able to stay the longest when things are not working. Because I'm a reseller, proud to be a reseller. I make money selling this stuff, and making YouTube videos is just something on the side, and if it works, it would have been beautiful, an additional stream of income, but it is what it is. Sometimes you also experience this thing in business. You're trying to make a business work, people discouraging you, everything seems to just be against you in the business. You buy inventories, nobody want to buy them. You try to create a website, you meet all sorts of problems. You try to get inventory, you do not even find inventories to buy. It is what it is. But then you have to stay motivated. This is the only way you can actually succeed. You take a look at YouTube, you see a lot of business gurus, everybody proposing you the best way to succeed and stuff like that. I'm just telling you for free. The best way to succeed is if you just learn to stay the longest on that which you are doing, especially if you have checked and you have seen that which you are trying to do works. I'm talking about a situation where the thing doesn't work. This is a situation where reselling has been proven to work. I'm telling you guys, even though a lot of people are hating on different business models today, nobody still hates on reselling because it is a business model that works. Yes, it might be difficult for you to get it off the ground, and getting it off the ground simply just means getting a good supplier that's going to ensure that come January up to December, it doesn't matter what season it is, you have stable supplies of inventories. Because if you do not have inventories, and not only having stable supplies of inventories, how are the inventories coming to you? Because if you have to keep fighting before you finally get inventories, I'm telling you guys, it will be a matter of time. Wow, it's raining heavily, and hopefully you can still hear me, but this warehouse doesn't have soundproof, and audio is very, very bad. Please bear with me. I'm going to stop the video right here because it's really very hard. I can't even hear myself, but it is what it is. If you have to keep fighting so hard before inventories come to you, I'm telling you, my friends, it is going to be a matter of time before you get burnt out. So you getting your business on the ground would simply mean you getting a very good supplier that is able to guarantee you, that you have access to inventories year in, year out, month in, month out, week in, week out. So your own job now is just to sit down, keep listing the items that sell, and hope that eBay does its job. This little thing, you might meet all manner of challenges trying to set it up, but if you do, you are going to be glad that you ever did. I want to make a special plea. If you resonate with this kind of content, reselling, stuffs like this, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel, click on the like button. Until I see you again in the next one.